little bit late for Game 2
in the Unbound Prototype Cup.
This time, Fogel is playing as Yumi.
Last time they were Morgana, so very curious to see how this goes. And I am quite late. We're already at level 3. Let's have a look at how the game has been going. Once again, oh my goodness, an enormous advantage for Red. And again, seeing really strong play in the mid from Swain. It's like round 2 here. Actually, that would be Trundle. Like, what? I don't... What's with people doing this off-mid of trash picks? You went Kled mid in Clash, and you're getting blown out and losing the match for your entire team? Who could have foreseen this weird thing? Okay, he's pretty bad. All right, that's kind of hard to see. I want to cheer for Red. I don't want to see Blue screw this up. I want to see a good clean game. But top lane of Shen in a bit of trouble. He's gonna have to back out. Yumi is always interesting to me with champions that play just a little bit differently. You know, it's like Yumi on a champion with stealth, Yumi on a champion with clones, you know? So here we go. I'm gonna run mid. Does not... Oh, Yumi did get seen there, I think? Is that what I saw? Twitch was not seen, but Yumi was? I don't think that gives true vision. But really good play from Ash, I think, to show that, and it's 0-5. So I'm curious too. I would have liked to see Yumi's earlier play, to be honest. Oh, he's actually going to duck out. They don't want to fight this. Oh, actually chooses to go in. This is not going to go well for them, I think. They're really trying to force down. Okay, so Yumi actually jumps off there just to try to... Oh, he's going to try to get... Oh, excellent. Going to get on Set, but Set doesn't have a lot of health. Yumi going to try to burn some of that mana to heal. And successfully slows down Ash. But okay, here's the... Oh, and Yumi jumps off again. Pillar CCs, Yumi will not be able to jump on. Heals herself. About all she could do there. Proto in a bit of trouble, so it's been a very delayed streaming coming down to this. Oh, and here comes the TP. Blue possibly overcommitting to this, but they are here in force. This is their chance to get back in it, and they're doing pretty well here. But Twitch, with plenty of time to return, they're not going to really overcommit in response here, I think. They're not going to chase and just try to take their lane back, and things are going to reset. So all of that going back to, wow, right here. Even earlier, actually. Even earlier? Damn. All right. I'm not even going to try to do this anymore. We're not going to play these games. But right around here, this play, where Thresh had sort of zoned them away in the corner, and that's what set all that up. Really good to see. Ooh! And the ult. If Blue gets back in this, it's going to be by dominating this bot lane. They're giving them an absolute run for their money. Wow. So that's tough to see. All right, it's going to be a bit more competitive, perhaps. And Trundle actually just walks into lane. Now, again, there's no dragon here. This is only for lane pressure, I think. Recognizing that Red is sort of pushed back. Swain will respond to this. Is Kled DC? Swain can come down purely because Kled is not here. So he's free to roam. And meanwhile, Proto is free because Trundle has shown himself in lane. So he says, well, what the hell, why not? I'll just go for Herald. So very questionable macro decisions from Blue after a really good fight for them in bot lane. And so far, Thresh, from what I've seen so far, Thresh making the biggest contributions for the blue team. So after all that, Swain confidently strolling back to lane. Kled can't really fight him. Everybody knows that. He backs out. Trundle here running around. Curious to see how Trundle shakes out against Set here. They've each got a kill. Trundle's down quite a bit in farm. Maybe that was another reason for him to duck into lane there, but still a bit of a spoiler, you know? You're giving away your location. That's the kind of information that you don't want to give. But okay, so not quite going mid. Trundle's like, hey, man, you're stealing my scuttle. Forget ganks, man. How about that scuttle? Dragon is coming. I think that's a UI thing I have to turn on. And I don't remember where it is. Okay. Objective timers. It looks like crap. I don't know why they haven't fixed that after all this time. I guess the pros have fancier streamers, but I don't think there's any way you can mouse over any of that. You just kind of gotta pull it up there, and it looks like crap. It's like something somebody whipped up in an afternoon. Print out a bunch of values every second or so. Okay. Thresh playing the vision game, and that nice little step right there, just enough to get him outside of Yumi's poke. Very confident, walks up. That was not a great hook. And Set knows it. All right, actually grabs him, and boom! Kind of negates a lot of Thresh's ultimate. Very confidently walking up here for the Thresh kill. And gonna back off. Nice. And that puts him in a really good spot. I don't know about this Kled engage. Puts himself in a position where he's completely surrounded by 4 enemy players. He has no kills at this point in the game. 3 deaths. And so now you're in the wretched position of needing to back. So you have to waste time to walk to a safe spot, waste time backing. You're almost better off eating the death timer, but you don't want to give up gold. And yeah, that was a truly bizarre engage from Kled. There was nothing there for him. So I have not seen Red give up a dragon yet. They had Soul last game. Proto's jungle game is on point this evening. And this mid lane has just been this enormous blowout. So Swain continuing to rock mid. Why would you pick anything else if they're not going to ban your Swain in Clash and you just killed it last game? Why wouldn't you take it out again? I'm kind of curious to know what they are banning out. Because Proto's been making a great contribution. Maybe they banned his Fiddle this time, so he's taking out Set. But, okay. So taking that, Set doesn't really have a dash, so... And Trundle's just really touchy about this scuttle. You know, other people taking it, it's not going to happen. So here's Vision again. Doesn't care, walks right in front of the Vision. They know he's coming. This is bad. They're not paying attention to the map. They are going to get ganked here. And there's actually a flash here. They will die. I don't think they're going to get anything on it. Yumi might get out. Good pillar. No. And that's purely down to Vision. And Trundle not paying attention. So you can see this word's being taken by Thresh. You know Thresh is going to come to lane and you're still pushed up. But then you see Trundle walk by and you've got to be wondering, what are you doing? Especially as Yumi. You don't even have, you don't even have to click the mouse because you're just riding. So your eyes kind of want to be on that mat. Okay. I don't know why Kled keeps going for these crazy fights. That seems very questionable. But I don't know why you picked Kled mid. He's now 0-4-1. He's up on farm. That's the only thing. Probably because Swain spent so much time backing to spend all the money he's giving him. And Swain has had a couple of very timely roams. So, take a look at the top here real quick. Cyan versus Guaranteed. Fairly quiet top lane. 0-0-1, 0-0-1. Both right around 100. They're running 3 creeps of each other, 1 creep of each other. It's just pretty even. What? Shut down. Oh, missed bot lane. So there's the supports. I guess the ADC's just canceled. Traded. So, I don't think of Ashe as like a hyper... I mean, ADCs generally scale as a rule, but I don't think of her as like a crazy scaling ADC. But they're gonna need to get something out of this. Thresh has been great. Ashe has been great. And Trundle is able to roam bot. So if they need to be able to turn that into dragons, into objectives, they need to be able to push this lane out. Turret is pretty low. I feel like they're, and here he is coming by. I feel like their next macro play needs to be, how do you win bot lane and get this roaming to try to push into other lanes. And they are pushing this lane pretty hard here. Red's gonna play this defensively. They don't have great clear. Gotta get that scuttle, man. Get it. Get it. Okay, so here he goes. And is he actually gonna try to fight this under turret? He's gonna have to waste a bit of time here while they push out. They're pushing hard. Twitch is still just... He's back so far. I don't know if he's having connection issues. Trundle with a very questionable engage here. And Red, I think, correctly reading that Blue would want a macro play here. Unfortunate. Not able to get the root, the hook from Swain. Vision. Oh, second time. Actually misses that. Thresh here hoping to get some kind of a hook. But again, a bit of an overextension, I think. Not much to follow up here. Ashe is being zoned out as she's a bit outnumbered in the bot lane. And there's the ult. This is what they wanted as they come back. Swain and Set too far away to help. Yuumi will go down. Set. Oh! Yuumi actually. Set trying to block for Yuumi. Yuumi successfully gets onto Swain. This is big. Yuumi, jump! Yuumi, jump! Oh, Clad trying desperately to do something. He's trying to get back under turret, I think, is probably a good call. Yuumi with Swain ult. Oh my gosh. That's just crazy. Yuumi Q, Yuumi Q. No. Actually flashes. There's the Yuumi Q. Beautiful. I am not done with you. That's so game over for Blue. It started out well in the middle of this whole situation. I say started out, I guess, but when the fierce fighting started close to turret, they were able to get the pick. They were able to find a situation in which they outnumbered Red, and they were able to play off of their strength, this bot lane, which has been doing so well for them. But whether it was an overstay or a questionable decision from Zed, a very questionable engage from Trundle, just sort of walking down here, and Set and Swain able to get back in time. Trundle using his pillar just to zone, just to try to save Thresh. Thresh walking back in. Not sure what that was. Alright, buddy. It's me. Trying to get his farm up. That's good. Good play. The interesting thing about when Ashe does that is, like any vision kind of sweeping thing that you do, he sort of exposes where you are. But unlike like the little vision plants, it gives you a pretty good location on what line she's on when she casts that. You can kind of follow it back and get a good sense of where she is. So. But she doesn't care. Both sides bot have been, nobody's really been freezing. They've been pushing out pretty hard. And most we've seen Twitch just hard sit under his turret. Not even close enough to really get XP from these minions. Just not taking any risks with Thresh Hook at all. Really wanted to fight this under turret. Okay. Yuumi says, yeah, I'll go. Blast Cone, okay. On Thresh. Thresh's Lantern's sort of useless in this situation. They decide they do want to try to fight Ashe. They did lose turret. Thresh here with ult, but I think they go down hard here. Thresh can try to run this out. If he's got Mobies, and Thresh often does, he's not going to be able to get them activated, and actually goes for the hook. Really wants to try to get something more here. Thresh has fought so hard for blue team, trying to make the plays, trying to get some kind of success here, not giving up. Even here, says, all right, I'll go in. He's risking all of his health. He does indeed go down to Twitch. There's really nothing else here. Okay, we are going to see a TP from Kled. Very questionable again as he goes in outnumbered 3-1. What are you doing, you idiot? So, questionable decision from Thresh to throw his life away while I had TP in the pocket. Maybe there was a potential to do something else, because you always are bringing that utility to the table as a support. You could hook somebody and slow them down, and even if you die, somebody else can do something. But if you hook someone and slow them down and there's no damage on them, it's a waste. Nothing happens. You might as well not be there. And so he throws his life away under turret, even though there's nobody else around. Tries to get a little something, figuring he's going to get dove eventually. And then Kled teleports. And then Kled ults and engages, even though his ult is built around having a team run in with you. Massively questionable choices. And remember, this is the second round. This is the team that won their bracket last round. Maybe he's just mad because he didn't get his pick mid? But taking Kled mid and then playing him like this is just ridiculous. So here we go. Now again, note, maybe they called for a rotation. So that would be another way to play this. Actually, it could be really smart. Again, they're trying to leverage the strengths of a fed bot lane. So if Kled plays it safe here, it's a little harder to gank bot lane. But this also gives Red a chance to farm up as well, which is not necessarily what you want. I mean, you don't want to give your enemy ADC a chance to scale. But let's see. Blue's trying to get their farm on. And again, by calling this lane swap, by having Ashe go mid instead of, say, top, you're pitting your strongest champion, your strongest player against Red's, like most Fed player right now. And that may not be ideal either, because as fed as you are not as fed as Swing. Red possibly looking for the dragon play here. At least getting Scuttle, that's smart. They are here in force, they are here in strength, and blue is responding in kind. Except Kled, who doesn't know what macro is if it bit him in the face. It's just going to walk the lane. Is there a fight coming? I don't know. Do I have an ult? Would that be useful here? Oh, a fight! Alright. Dread going deep, possibly too deep. Nobody can really follow up on that, but it almost doesn't matter because Yuumi with Swain ult is an unstoppable force of nature. Oh, and gets the Q through, but not quite enough damage. Kled is a little tanky, at least, if nothing else. Is it Titanic, Ravenous? What's he got? Titanic? Yeah. And Sion is going to ult out? No? Ults for CC. Oh, but it gets rooted and will go down. Huge for red. For mid. They got a wave crashing right now. That should give them turret. Kled did manage to squeak out of the last fight. Pretty healthy, pretty tanky. What they don't have right now is damage. Thresh CC is not that useful. Tanky Kled and tanky Trundle is not that useful. They needed Ashe. And here she is. Alright. Red possibly stalled too long. Oh, they will get this. Blue very aggressively coming on up here, but there's no blast cone for them to get across the wall. Thresh didn't even have flash, so he couldn't flash Lantern in. And that is Soul. 4. 2 games, 4-2. dragons in each. Huge jungle advantage. So, actually going to see them go to Baron. That's a desperation play if ever I've seen one. They're actually insanely, incredibly not down by as much gold. Oh, Metallurgic Jed with a deep jump. I don't know about that. Very confident on the rest of his team being here to follow up even if he dies. Confidence well spent. Literally doesn't matter. He just needed to buy a little bit of time, be disruptive, and Swain cleans up. Yumi is here to drop the AoE CC, keep everybody else alive. Easy Baron to close out the game. Red also in a similar defensive position to where they were last game. Last game, I believe they ended up with this turret with about 10% health and still up, and this turret also still up with about 10% health. So, in terms of objectives, in both games, they have absolutely dominated. Not giving up a single dragon, getting 4 dragons, having objectives, having a blowout lead. The gold was a little closer for a little while, and now it's just, again, massively in advantage of Red. We got good vision. Thresh here being pretty aggressive to just kind of glide up like that. Oh, and Red with a flank turns the corner. Blue massively overextended in their lane. And with Red having vision from the minion wave. Thresh is just going to give up and try to get out. Lantern wasn't good enough. Kled isn't going to be able to get anything. And Red crushes them, and they will push this pretty hard. Is that actually trying to chase this down? No? Okay, he's just going to scoop up some farm and then maybe come mid. They should be able to push 2 lanes at once pretty easily. Thresh, not sure what he wants. Definitely going to need more turret than that. Swain having a tough time landing some of his hooks lately, but understandable to not want to fight Thresh. Oh, really? Okay, Thresh just... The exhaust. They're going to go all in on Swain here, but he missed the hook. I think they will still get him. I don't know that he has his ultimate. Oh my gosh. Yumi off. Here's Set. Plenty of time to respond. Zones out Trundle. Kills Trundle. Ashe is down, which Blue desperately needed. Here's Scion coming in to try to be disruptive. But Blue just doesn't have damage left anymore in their kit. Swain with the short-range teleport. And talked in the beginning about macro, and part of this comes down to team comp. Blue does not have damage. I don't know what their plan was. This Kled was a disaster. But they had a tanky jungle, a fairly tanky support, fairly tanky top. You know, the only reason that they were in fights, that fights lasted at the end was just pure tankiness. But you go in damage versus tank, you're going to lose every time if that's all you're bringing to the table. They needed to be able to keep Ashe alive, and Thresh just couldn't bring enough peel. So, on to the finals, I guess. Fascinating stuff. And let's see here as we try to load. Concluding the game. Absolutely crazy damage. Bonkers damage from Swain. Massive blowout mid. And I was talking about tankiness and damage. Ashe with 21,000 damage is actually pretty similar to Twitch, who had a wretched game. Early on especially, it just seemed like Ashe was just running away with it, and that was like Blue's one shining spot somehow. And but you see Ashe was caught up by Twitch by the end of the game, and Scion top
with his quiet little farm lane doing almost as much damage. Kled not bringing anything to the table at all. Never really able to synergize well with his team, either early or late. To every fight. Really dubious. And just because I have to do this, take a quick look at vision score. Every support having a fun time over here. So this is really tough for me as a Yuumi player. How do you keep your vision score up as a Yuumi? You can't move quickly when you're off someone, so sometimes you're just sort of like flinging wards around as you're riding from one place to another. You're not doing roams, you're not doing ganks. So it's a very deliberate choice to say, I'm going to run up here to this objective, pop a ward down, and then run back. And it takes longer for you to do that than anybody else. So 32 vision score compared to 57 for Thresh. Now, I really think Thresh, maybe Ashe, were the strongest players on Blue's team. 57 vision, pretty good. And actually 27 for Proto. Normally his vision score is excellent. And actually seeing Yuumi beat him out here a little bit. So that's sort of interesting. This 57 is really, really, really good from Thresh for what was a game that was less than 30 minutes. So good stuff all around, and looking forward to the next one.